An anxious waiting game for Europeans trying to get home. This is the scene at airports around the world. Desperate passengers trying to return to their countries of origin as the coronavirus crisis worsens. But with borders closing and airlines grounding flights, many are finding it increasingly difficult to find safe passage back to Europe.
They told me that the borders were closing the following day. Went to the airport and we were greeted with cops in full riot gear and the army, who didn't seem to have any issue pointing guns at people. It was surreal. We made every effort to leave. We were not given enough time. This is no fault of our own. You can't leave the city. You can barely leave the road you're on. You can't leave the city. We are stuck. And all we want to do is go home. I just want to go home soon.
When I was in the international airport of Bogotá in Colombia, there were other Spaniards who were in the same situation like me. It was really difficult to get a seat in a flight to come back to Spain. Some flights were cancelled, others were really expensive.
She should have been flying back from Australia today via Abu Dhabi, but all the flights have been cancelled, and now her and a friend are stranded in Melbourne, and we don't know how we're going to get them home. About 6 of us spent 2 hours on the internet last night trawling through all the flights from every city in Australia to every city in the UK via all over the world, and we couldn't find any flights at all. The only one I've managed to find now costs £14,300 for the two of them, and I don't know how we're going to get them home.
Well, with less and less commercial flights available for Europeans stuck abroad, many are now calling on political leaders across the continent to increase the number of government-backed rescue flights to help repatriate them and get them back to their loved ones. Trent Murray, Euronews.